Hey all you beautiful people, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. We're back at the L bracket, part 2. Just want to share some more body cam video and some observations that show you why I believe that it was Mandalay Bay security that put the L bracket on that door and not Stephen Paddock. Also, I never noticed this until today, but I see paint on this door handle, right on the edge of that door handle, which I find a little strange. And when I talked about the L bracket before at some point a while back, I know a commenter said the only reason why the paint would come off with that L bracket there is if it were wet paint, which still doesn't make sense, but now I see this paint here on the door handle. So just strange, as with everything to do with this whole case and with this stinking L bracket. But I do actually think it makes more sense that it was Mandalay Bay security that put it there and not Stephen Paddock, because surely if he did research SWAT tactics and all that, he would have to know that that little L bracket was not going to keep SWAT from coming through that door. That was placed there to, quote unquote, trap him on the 32nd floor. They had the ability to shut the elevators down. The elevators were shut down. What's the other way to egress? The stairwell. Well, let's pop a little L bracket up there and stop that point of egress. So now we have him trapped on the 32nd floor. By the way, it's Saturday, July 21st, 2018. What we're going to do is we are going to listen to the audio from the center core of the 32nd floor, and this time it's going to be from the perspective of 159 Sam Easy's body cam. So I think you will be able to hear it a little better, and I did do some captioning. The one part doesn't quite fit where it should fit, but it's all there, and I think you will be able to hear it a little more clearly. But again, with all this stuff that I'm doing right now, my suggestion is put your earbuds in and listen, because it is amazing. It's a whole new ball game. You pick up so much more. But let's take a look.
I don't know if it's a pellet or a 22 or multiple.
Do we have access to this room?
The room's at the end of the hallway, okay. And apparently, from what he was saying, they put a bracket up on the stairwell door right next to it, so you can't access that door.
Well, so much for my captioning in that last part of the video. I could have swore I had it all in there, but then when I edited that piece in, it was gone. So, darn it, I thought I had it all good, but anyway, I think you'll be able to hear it better, and if not, I'll provide links for all these videos and put your earbuds in and listen away. Now this is body cam from, I'm not sure exactly what officer, but they were down on the strip and they ran across the street. They end up hooking up. They're the four in the front that go with Sergeant Matchko, and Bits goes in the back. So we've got Chatty Cathy, he'll be going, and they say they're going to the 29th floor. They get to the 29th floor and they decide, nope, we're just going right up to the 32nd floor. So now something is really weird about that, because at one point Bitsko and supposedly Matchko run into each other on the 29th floor. But if you, and I'm not going to play this whole video, but if you watch this video, you'll see that Matchko and his team they're on the 29th floor for 2 minutes, and then they decide, nope, we're going up to 32. So who was the other team that was on 29? Because it wasn't Matchko, which is 677 Victor. So again, the more I do, the more I find that I have to go back and backtrack and figure out. So something is funky there. But what you're going to see here is they grab a security guard, say, hey, we want to go up to the 28th floor, then we'll take the next floors through by the stairs. Okay, so they get in the elevator. Nope, elevators are locked out. Well, they grab a maintenance guy. And as he's going in, he's like, yep, all the elevators are locked out. Somebody asks him something, and he's like, well, I'm not sure about that because that's a different maintenance guy. But then he says, are we pretty sure that we have him trapped on the 32nd floor? And Bitsko says, I don't know. And he says, okay. And then up they go. But I find that very, very revealing how he says, are we pretty sure we have him trapped on the 32nd floor? Trapped because the elevators are locked out, and trapped because they put the L bracket up on that stairwell door. And the only other way that he could, if somebody comes out of that room at the end of that hall, they can't go through that door and get to the stairwell. They'll have to come down that hallway, that 100-foot hallway to the center core. And there are security and officers there. So basically they do have him trapped on the 32nd floor. So let's watch.
Get the security guy. Where's he at? Hey, can you get us up to the 29? Yeah. You guys ready? If somebody can get on the radio, can we advise dispatch what we're doing? Yeah, I know, it's fucking ridiculous. People narrating their life fucking stories. Yeah, they're all locked up. Yeah, elevators are locked up? Yeah, I don't want to be standing here. We are pinned down for a minute and we could see him. You want me to go with you or you want me to stay? Take one officer with you. Okay, and then stay here in the elevator so you're actually these are all locked out. 28. You get it out on the radio for us. I can't. None of these elevators will work. Okay.
That's Chatty Cathy. And that's Sergeant Matchko. So they end up, the maintenance guy gets the elevator working and they go up to the 28th or 29th floor. I can't remember, but again, I'll provide the link. So now with this, I'm not worried about any of the audio with this right now, but once I started thinking about it, what kind of struck me was, where are most of these officers located? They're really worried and concentrated more down by the 31st stairwell door and then anybody coming through on the 30th floor coming up. They're not really worried about, they don't seem to be too worried about anybody coming through from above, from the 32nd floor, because more than likely they know about that L bracket. And one thing that always bothered me about the L bracket was there was never any radio traffic about that. Now, they had the room, they had the floor, they had the room number, and don't you think that if they thought that the people in 32 or the person in 32 put that bracket up, wouldn't that be broadcast over the radio? I think it would be. I think that would be an important piece for the officers to know, that you're not going to get through that door. They knew that. But in that sense, they also knew that nobody was going to be coming through that door. So again, they were concentrated and worried about people coming through up from the 30th or through that 31st. And I mean, look at them. They're not worried about 32. That's up. All you've got is old Cordell Hendricks down there that looks up there every once in a while. Also, in Barson's body cam, the first one, once they get on to that 32nd floor stairwell, Hendricks and one of those security guys disappear up there for about 10 minutes. What they were doing, I don't know. Whether they got through, did they go, I don't know. I don't know if they got through that door, if it wasn't bracketed yet. But they were gone for 10 minutes. They were gone for 10 minutes.
SWAT. Metro.
But again, see where they're concentrated? They're not concentrated about anybody coming through the 32nd floor stairwell door. They are concerned about people coming up through the 30th or 31st.
No.
And when they say, has anybody been on 32?
From here and heard them coming from upstairs.
Hendricks is saying no, but...
No, I have not.
See, he's shaking his head yes, but Hendricks is going no. So, I find that telling, that they're all hanging out down there more concerned about the 30th floor and the 31st than anybody coming through on the 32nd. And again, I think that that would be an important piece for my officers to know, and not one word was ever said over the radio about that bracket. Well, I better end this now, and I apologize. I really wanted to get that other piece. I had the captions, and it looked beautiful for the most part. Let me tell you, or read to you real quick, what I hear when I listen to that. 159 Sam Easy says, do we have access to that room? Then the maintenance guy, whom I'm pretty confident is the Shannon Alsbury guy, says the room, it's the end of the hallway, and apparently from what he was saying, meaning Jesus or whoever that security guard is there that was supposedly shot, apparently from what he was saying, they put a bracket on the stairwell door right next to it, meaning right next to the room at the end of the hallway, so he can't access that door. And then when you have the other maintenance guy saying, are we pretty sure we have him trapped on the 32nd floor? To me, period, end of story, that says to me that Mandalay Bay Security put that bracket on there. L&D, you might want to spin it and twist it and say that, no, security's saying they, the shooters, put it on there. I call bullshit. You're not going to spin it that way because that's not how it is. So, everybody have a great Saturday. Comment, share, like, subscribe. And if you want to support me, I've got a Patreon page, and I'm going to try to get a link up for my PayPal. So I appreciate you watching, and I will be looking forward to uploading more soon. Thanks so much.